Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. It has been, gosh, a while since I've done a video, but I got really sick around Christmas and haven't really felt up to doing a video. Plus, I just want to spend time with my family and not have to worry about keeping up with my content. So I apologize about my delinquency in posting videos, but I am back and I'm sort of taking a different turn with my baked goods. Jake and I started a diet after the first of the year, so I have to make things that are low carb and keto, sugar-free, whatever. So here I am at my first attempt at making a low carb dessert. This is a peanut butter chocolate chip cake, mini cake, and it looks pretty good. I'm gonna try it, I guess. A serving is half of the cake, but I just needed something sweet. I just got back from dinner with my husband's family for his uncle's birthday. They were having birthday cake, and I was like, dang it, I can't eat that. And cake is my favorite, you guys. So here I am trying to come up with a substitute that hopefully is delicious, but we'll find out. This is a trial and error process, as I say. Okay, so to get started, you need a 7 to 8 inch ramekin, 16 to 32 ounces is what it said. I have a KitchenAid ramekin here, and I just melted a tablespoon and a half of butter. And tablespoon and a half of butter, and we're just going to add everything to this. So we're going to add 1 egg, okay. 1 tablespoon of heavy cream. See, I tried to open everything before I started and forgot about the heavy cream. So, according to this recipe, it's supposed to be 6 grams of net carbs. So yeah, it'll probably be a little bit different because I don't know all of the products that were used in her recipe. But, you know, I'm doing what I can. We also need a 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And you want pure vanilla extract because the artificial could potentially have added sweeteners into it. So, yeah. Sticking with my trend of being as pure as possible. Okay, so now we're just gonna whisk and stir this all together. Stir it until it combines. And we went to Outback for dinner, and that is my favorite restaurant. And they have the bloomin' onion and the cheese fries, and oh my gosh, everybody was eating it, and I was just sitting there, hands in my lap, not doing anything, you know. And the bread, oh my god, oh, the bread's so good, and I couldn't eat any of it, and I was very disheartened. His uncle was like, oh, make it a cheat day, it'll be fine. I was like, I can't do a cheat day without Jake. I was like, if he finds out that I ate any of this food without him here, he'd be ticked. It's been a little hard, but we're doing it. We're trying. So I'm doing this to hopefully satisfy my cravings. Okay, so now to this we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of peanut butter. So I'm using Skippy peanut butter. I was looking at my labels, and I usually am a Jif person. I always buy Jif peanut butter. And if they don't have it, then I get like the closest generic that I can find to Jif because Jif is delicious. But it does have more carbohydrates in it than some of the other peanut butters that I was looking at. And I found that Skippy only has 6 grams of carbs, and then 2 grams of dietary fiber, so it's only 6 net carbs, or sorry, 4 net carbs, which is better than the Jif, which is 6. So I'm trying to cut corners when I can. I love peanut butter, and unless you're using natural peanut butter, really you can't get much lower than that. So here we are. Okay, so last time I made something with peanut butter, Jake got mad at me because I just sort of set it in the sink, and when the water hit it, it sort of just sprayed everywhere. So it got into everything, and he was like, "What did you make with peanut butter? It got everywhere." And yeah, he was really upset. He was really upset. It's probably more funny to me than it is to anybody else, but I found it quite comical that he was so upset about peanut butter getting everywhere. I was like, well, I used it to make your treats, so. Don't hate me because you ate me. Okay, so now we add, peanut butter. Okay, so we're just gonna mix that together. Get the peanut butter to incorporate and dissolve. Okay, so now we're going to add, I'm gonna rinse these. Okay, so now we're going to add 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of coconut flour. Now, I have never worked with coconut flour before. Whenever I did the low carb before, I always used almond flour. But this recipe calls for coconut flour, and it does have a small underlying like coconut smell to it. So I'm not a big coconut fan, so I'm just hoping that like it doesn't affect the taste of it. Yeah, I don't know. I've never worked with coconut flour before, so hopefully it doesn't makes it taste coconutty, but we'll find out, I guess. Okay, and to this we're going to add 2 tablespoons of a sweetener of your choice, if I can tack. I'm using Swerve. This is a low carb sugar substitute. Basically, there's like no carbs with this because it's like, it says 4 grams of total carbs, but you subtract sugar alcohols, and that's all this is sugar alcohols. This is a 0 carb sugar. If you don't have this, you can find like lower carb substitutes at your local grocery store. I bought something before. I ordered this off of Amazon, so I bought something before I bought this, and honestly, like, I cannot taste the difference between this and like regular sugar. I put it in some green tea, and it was really good at like, and it like didn't taste any different at all, at least to me. But I'm not really sensitive to the artificial sweetener flavor. Jake, on the other hand, can detect that a mile away. Okay, so we're just gonna mix this. Peanut butter is like not incorporating very well, but maybe the more we add to it, the more it'll come together. It smells good so far. Okay, so now to this we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And a 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I probably added a little bit more than I needed to, but in my defense, my vessel is pretty big. This is all Aldi had. So, you know, God, that stinks. Ugh. Yeah, it smells so good. Now it smells like garbage. Ugh. Oh my God, it smells like, vinegar smells like a foot. It It's gross. I don't know how people can just drink it. Ugh. Grody. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar-free chocolate chips. Ooh. I'm going to add a little bit more, a little heavy on the chocolate. I'm just going to fold these in. All right. Alright, so this is the final product of what our dough looks like. So I'm going to, and now here's something a little bit different. We're going to microwave it for 1.5 minutes. It said you could bake it in the oven, but in the video that I watched of her doing this, she microwaved it. So I'm just gonna microwave it for 1.5 minutes on high, and then we're gonna make some frosting for it. So stay tuned. Okay, so our cake is out of the microwave. This is what it looks like. It smells like a really good peanut butter cake. It's very like soft and bouncy. So we're just gonna let that cool in the ramekin while we make our frosting. So for the frosting, we need 2.5 tablespoons of peanut butter. It's very peanut buttery. You can still smell the vinegar over here. It smells like feet. 2.5 tablespoons peanut butter. Ooh. Need 1/8 of a teaspoon of vanilla. I don't have an 1/8 teaspoon, so I'm just gonna, ooh, it's probably a bit much. Oh well. Nothing wrong with having a little extra vanilla in your life. Okay, and we need 1.5 teaspoons cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. And see, I never think these things through. Need another teaspoon of swerve. Teaspoons covered in, oh, you know, I have a spoon. I have a brilliant idea. Okay. I outsmarted the system, yay me. Just gonna mix this together. Okay, now the recipe says to use coconut oil to thin it out if it's too thick, and this is too thick, but I don't have coconut oil, so I'm gonna use some canola oil. Just thin that out a little bit. Hopefully it works. You want it to be spreading consistency. I guess that'll do. I don't really know what we're going for here, but hey. There's a first time for everything. So now, our cake is cooled. Woo. Well, all of the chocolate sank to the bottom. So that is a thing to take away. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it baked all the way through. Okay, so maybe I need to let this cool more. we're gonna go with that. Okay, so I was gonna ice it in front of you guys, but I think it's still too warm. So I'm just gonna let this sit out and cool, and then when it's finally like cooled through, I will ice it and post a picture of it on my Instagram, Brady Bakes by Sheena, so you guys can go and check it out. And I will, it smells so good. I will let you know how it tastes when I post it on Instagram. So stay tuned, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and I appreciate it. And I'm so sorry again for my week delay in making new videos, but I am back and I am trying to bake low carb. So we'll see how that goes. All right, have a great night.